Alright guys, today I'm working on a little side project. I need somewhere to hang all of my jackets now that it's getting cold weather and I've pulled them out of the closet. I need somewhere nice to hang them up in my room. So today we're going to take some scrap wood, just some 1x4s, and turn them into some cool looking hangers. So this is the process I'm going to go through. Alright, so I started by drawing out some ideas of what I want on the wall. I want something that's kind of at an angle here, so I started doing some side profile ideas and curvature, and then started drawing it to scale here of what I want, and then kind of a back view. I want the top more rounded so it's delicate on the clothing, the bottom more squared because that'll just kind of look neat, and then we'll have two studs coming out of the back, and that is how it'll attach to the wall. So I went ahead and drew one to scale, and this is what we'll use to trace onto the wood and cut them out. Now what I'm looking at here is I want the grain to be horizontal with my hook, and this is how you'd be looking at it from the side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to butt my template up to the edge right here. That's one less side we have to cut, and that ensures that that's a nice square cut. And we're just going to go around and trace it. Voila. I'm just going to use this simple chop saw to cut this up. You don't need anything special, but of course, no matter what tool you're using, definitely always be careful and watch for the fingers. Okay, we've got our simple shape cut out, and we can still use the chop saw and cut these corners a little bit closer. Just like that. Alright, so we're going to use the belt sander to get our curves a little bit closer, and then round our top edges and slightly round our bottom corners. Alright, so we've got the basic shape here, and as you can, if you remember our drawing, it's a little bit more rounded at the top, a little bit more square at the bottom, and this is 60 grit on the sander, so I'm going to get some 220 and finish it by hand. Okay, so I got my piece, got some 220, and we're just going to start sanding. So find somewhere comfortable to sit and just get started. see it's a little lopsided on here, but I am going for that handmade kind of look, so I think those imperfections are kind of gonna be what makes it special. Plus it's gonna be holding a jacket, so it's not like you're gonna see it. Now you can see that the top is more rounded, and as we go down it starts to square out, and you definitely get that handmade kind of chiseled look that I'm going for. But I think that looks really good. This one's actually turning out pretty good.
Ron, what was wrong with that one?
It was too perfect. It looked machine made.
Now we just got to do that 7 more times, so we'll have 8 in total. So yeah, we got to make 7 more. Alright, so the last half of this video is really just going to be watching me work. I didn't do a lot of talking or sharing what I was doing. So I've drawn center lines on the backs of all of these, and now I'm lining them up so that once we get ready to template it all together, they'll all be level with each other if you're looking at the top line. So we're going to clamp them together in order to draw some straight lines on the back, which you'll see in just a minute. Alright, so we're going to make a template for these. So I'm just going to use this box essentially as our makeshift wall. Draw a nice straight line. That's going to serve as the top line for our pieces. And what I want to do next is evenly divide them. So I want 8 total. And what I'm going to do first is figure out which ones I want in what order based on how they look. So this one looks really nice. We'll have that as number 1. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. 5. 6. 7, 8. Okay, so I do have an extra one, but we're good. on that. So let's see. I think what I want is 6-inch space. I think that's what I want. That looks pretty good. 5, 6. If we go every 6, will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 30 inches. Right? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 42. That's not bad. I think we'll go with 6. Alright, so I'm going to make some marks. We got 1, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Cool. So now what we're going to do is I just need some kind of like edge like this that I can look at, and I don't even need that. I can just look at the little line, I guess. And I can just see if that looks pretty straight. And just use the drill again because that'll be easy. If it doesn't track like that. Okay. Which one was I holding? Probably this one. So this one. Okay. So that looks pretty straight, I would say. Alright, so we'll do this one. So this is how it's gonna look on the wall, essentially. You know, the wall will be like this, and they'll be sticking up. Obviously there's a little bit of wavering in there, but it's all good. And then, so what you can do if you make a template like this is your straight line is your level line on the wall. So you just level everything off of that, center it, you know, left to right how you want, and then you just drill your holes in your wall where those holes are. And then it goes in just like that. You can also do this with paper. The box works pretty well for this because I got studs sticking through, so I don't have to worry about picking it up and all that hassle. So yeah, next what I'll do is I'll label each one. Well, I've already got the box labeled 1 through 8, so now I'll label the corresponding ones on the back side. So for number 1, of course, it'll have number 1 written on the back right there. That way I know which one goes with each one. And I'll cut this out of the box and we'll be good. And I'll show how that install goes when we get to it. But now I can also take this same box, puncture some more holes, and use it to hold these up while I stain them as well. So that's what we'll be doing next. I wound up just doing one coat of this Jacobine Minwax stain. Turned out pretty good. I let it dry for a few days so I don't get anything on my coats that I'm going to hang on there. And so now I'm getting ready to mock up the template onto the wall. We're going to kind of eyeball where we want it. So I'm just checking left to right, and what I'm noticing is that my first one's going to be too far over to the left, so it needs to come in. So what wound up happening is I took off one of the hooks, so instead of 8 we have 7, which wound up working out anyway. So I'm measuring the ceiling to my shelf so that the top line of all these hooks are kind of relatively in the same area so that it's kind of pleasing to the eye, and then level it out. First try, got it. So now I'm just taping it down so while I'm drilling it doesn't move on us. If you're doing something like this for yourself, make sure you use a drill bit that's slightly smaller than your threads, because it's drywall. The threads will open up the hole as you push it in, and it'll make for a nice tight hold. And if for some reason it's loose, what's always helpful is to put a dab of silicone on your threads to kind of fill up that hole, and also once it dries it'll kind of glue it into the wall. They aren't all perfectly straight, but I think it looks really, really good. Exactly how I envisioned it in my head. So yeah, here's the final product. If you watched this long through the video, thank you for watching. Hopefully maybe it inspires you to do something for yourself like this similar of a project, and maybe gives you a few ideas how to tackle that project.